Hello everybody, it's Crypto Insight UK here, back with another YouTube video. It is 5:25 PM on the 4th of August 2021. Let's have a little look at what's going on today. So we had a rough start to the day with Bitcoin. Looked like it was going to continue down to its support level, maybe the 50-day moving average or this 36,900 level. However, we look to have had a bit of a flip on the 37,500. As you can see, it provided previous resistance here and now it's using that as support. Well, so far anyway, if the candles stay as it is today, we've got a green engulfing candle which could actually mark the bottom of a reversal here. I would like to see the body close above the wick of that red candle to make it perfect, but that'd be a perfect engulfing candle, but we're just about there anyway. It's a nice green engulfer so far. We've got Ethereum absolutely ripping it as well. Let's just go on the hourly for Bitcoin. So we had a bit of a depressing start to the day. One big green candle pushed us back up above the moving averages, and now we seem to be ripping it. And we've had a bit of a pullback now, but let's just see what happens here. Do we continue or do we not? Basically, Ethereum is looking up and touching the previous resistance level that I have drawn in here. It seems to have rejected $2,728. But it's been ripping for the last 4 hours or so, 5 hours. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's up 9% in the last 5 hours, 6 hours. So that's always good to see. Reclaim the 50-day. It was holding it as support. It did break below it, and now it seems to have broken back above it with some decent volume coming through too. That's another thing to look out for. The volume is looking good. So we are just going to quickly talk through the TA of these charts, and I want to show you a little clip from my guy, Digital Perspectives, very good YouTuber if you like XRP, and he talks about what happened yesterday, but we'll get into that in a second. Let me just, I don't want to sidetrack too far. So we've got XRP, the boy, my baby, lost the 200-day moving average as support earlier, found a support level just around where we found support last time, slightly higher, about the 70-cent mark. We didn't come below the 70 cent much, I don't think. Maybe just came below to 69.50, and then now we seem to have bounced out, retaken the 200, retaken the 50-day quite easily, and broken above this 72-cent resistance / support level that acted as support here, acted as support here, and now we've just broken through that. What do I want to see? I want to see us break all the way up here and hold this 78 as support, break above this nice little wick here and this level 2. 80 cent would be great if we could just hold above there, and then let's move on from these zones. Do I think that's going to happen? Potentially. We still obviously need a bit more of a push. Get above this. There's a lot of buying and selling going on in these areas. Let's get above that and really clear that area, and we could be eyeing up $1 by the weekend if we have a good push today. That would be sick. Not saying that is going to happen, I'm just saying it's possible. But look, XRP, the volume is very low compared to what it is on Ethereum. Look at that on Ethereum. Massive. That's to do with London hard fork. Bitcoin's lower volume, but we still, again with Bitcoin, reclaim the moving averages, looking alright to me. Have a look at the total market cap as a whole. Yeah, we've bounced off the 200-day pretty well and reclaimed the 50. This is on the hourly. Let's go to the 4-hourly. Have a look if anything looks different. Nice solid green candle there on the 4-hourly. Same for Ethereum. Same for XRP, not quite as much, and same for Bitcoin, back above the 50-day moving average. Let's have a little look on the daily just to finish this off before we go into this. It's a clip from Digital Perspectives. As I said, we've got a green engulfer there for Bitcoin. Massive green engulfing candle here for Ethereum. That's lovely to see, that is. And what are we saying on XRP? Not quite an engulfer yet. We do need more of a push. We're still stuck between that 50-day and the 200-day moving averages on XRP. I think we are still kind of waiting for some kind of news. If we get this bill passed through the Senate and made into law, I'm pretty sure that it does almost excuse Ripple from the case. So let's see what happens there. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's just what I've seen floating around on the streets. Well, obviously not on the streets, on the internet streets. But let's get into this clip from Digital Perspectives. I'm going to start playing it from this sort of point here. So what's going to happen is, so this is, I forgot what her name is. Digital Perspectives will tell you it's Angie. I don't want to say her name wrong, but she's a Ripple board member, and she's actually interviewing Gary Gensler from the SEC with some questions from their conference they had yesterday, the Apps and Institute Security Forum breakdown. So we're going to just play it, and I'll interject at times. I like how passionate Digital Perspectives gets about this. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to be just playing this YouTube video for you and interjecting because it's very important information. I want you guys to all see this.
Thank you so much, Paul. That was fantastic. And thank you, Chair Gensler, for all of your comments. As you might imagine, our Q&A function is exploding here. And
all right, Anja, let's rock and roll.
Exactly.
And he knows what the deal is. He knows how big the Ripple SEC case is. He knows that Anja Manuel is a board member of Ripple, and they're sitting here talking to one another. What in the world are we to make of that? This is why I believe it's all theater. It's all played out. It's there's a process. There is a process to getting this done, and I believe legislation is what we're waiting on. And if we get the legislation timely enough, the judge for the case itself between Ripple and SEC can use whatever legislation comes out as a foundation for their decision. So let's keep listening to this exchange.
I will do is I'll combine various questions because they tend to be along a number of themes. And then I know we've got some distinguished members of the audience that will call up and ask as well.
Sure.
The first one is, I noticed you made a comment early in your speech that said the probability is that with 50 plus tokens that most of them are securities. The Q&A exploded into understandably, well, how do we know which one is a security, which one isn't? Why did Ethereum and Bitcoin get a free pass? And do you believe that's still appropriate, even though Ethereum, many people believe, was an ICO? Are you going to keep doing this regulation through litigation, which is what currently is going on? Or are you going to set some clear criteria so people in the market will know if they're issuing a security or if something has become a real currency or a commodity because it has a real use case?
And by the way, before Gary Gensler gets going with his half-ass answer, let's face facts here. Real facts. Ray Charles could see that Ethereum was an initial coin offering. God rest his soul.
So
Absolute shots fired from Digital Perspectives. He's not happy with Gensler. Wait until you see the passion in Digital Perspectives response to what Gary Gensler is about to say. It's straight up truth, though. This is why I wanted to play it to you, because he words it really well. Just listen to what Gensler's got to say in regards to that question now, and then listen to what Digital Perspectives has to say in regards to a reply to Gary Gensler. He words it very well, so that's why I want you guys to see this from my channel.
It's a great set. I know you're combining different people's questions. It's a great set of questions. Let me say, I think there's actually a fair amount of clarity. And why did I quote Jay Clayton to say it crosses chairs, it crosses party lines, it crosses different philosophies? I mean, Jay and I really met as he was in this job, and he was in his job, and I was at MIT. I think there's a lot of clarity, this Howey test and these other tests, Reeves test. There's something called Gary Indiana, Gary Plastic, not Gary Gensler. There's a number of tests that really is quite clear. What I'm trying to say about the platforms, and then I'll get to your point about regulation by litigation, I think was what Anja said.
Yeah. Actually, it's a question that I think came from John Burton and Julie Globus. Yeah.
Right there, John and Julie. But I think that the platforms, look, if you have 3 or 5 tokens, I'm not going to judge any one token. It's facts and circumstances. I'm not going to judge any one token on this open WebEx. It's possible. But when you get to 25, 50, 100 tokens, probabilities are it's pretty unlikely that all 50, all 100 don't pass the Howey test. And why is that? The Howey tested his core, 3-part test, but the Howey tested, did you give somebody money in anticipation of profits on their efforts? Now, usually there's a handful of people at the center of these XYZ project or ABC project. I'm not going to use names. There's usually a handful of entrepreneurs and technologists that in effect, the investor is hoping those people do well. So that means anticipation of profits on the efforts of others. I think it's kind of just like reasonably clear.
Well, if that's reasonably clear, then Gary, then why in hell have you not pursued
Yeah, listen to what Backup Bradley or Digital Perspectives is about to say now. He's basically just going to say, if you think it's clear what is and what isn't a security, which is what Gensler's trying to say now, and I get why Gensler's trying to say it, because he's in a lawsuit, he can't exactly go back against himself like William Hinman did and not provide clarity. He's trying to say it's really clear, and listen to what Digital Perspectives and how he argues the opposite.
Ethereum and the initial coin offering, which has got massive video clips floating around the world on the internet, proving and
of course we get an advert halfway through what he's trying to say.
and explain an initial coin offering, and it looks very damning to you. Because Jay Clayton doesn't sit in that chair anymore. You do. And you look feckless, and you look like you're part of something that is not on the up and up. Because I actually like you, but the fact that you're not pursuing Ethereum and you want to laugh and snicker knowing that there is an international global company like Ripple that's hung up in a lawsuit right now, and you think it's funny, you should get the smirk off your face. Because if you had called Ethereum to carpet, and in fact, to what you just said, why is Bitcoin not a security? If the miners don't mine the network, then what happens to the network, Gary? Because according to what you just said here, you could make a case that Bitcoin, however decentralized people feel that is, if no one supports the network, it fails. And if it's a store of value and it's already proven that it failed as money, then people buy it because they believe that the expectation off of the miners who operate and maintain the network will make more money if they hold it. So you either come full on and attack everything with the SEC's power, or you back off of Ripple and XRP, because this is a lack of consistency from the SEC, and they're picking winners and losers.
Yeah, and I just want to end it there, really, because I think that's the most important thing that he's talking about. I think that really shows, obviously you'll have some bias because we're XRP holders, but everything that Digital Perspectives is saying, how can they pick XRP and Ripple to be the only crypto, or the crypto they've picked that they're saying that one is a security, we're going to go after that one, while leaving Ethereum, which Vitalik Buterin has come out and said, well, we actually based our funding model on what Ripple did, and even Bitcoin, with the way that the miners can keep the network going, Gary Gensler said it's security if there's a third party that's basically keeping it working, and that's what Bitcoin and Ethereum both do. So he's very right to be annoyed, and it is a very intense situation, and it isn't right that I don't think it's right that Gary Gensler's laughing about it. It's like it's strange. It's a very strange situation. I think we really need to see, and I think we will see some law coming through from Congress, and I think it will get the SEC off the hook on this one, because I actually think that they have really fudged up with the Ripple case. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. Obviously, I spent all my time looking into this. I have my strong opinions on it, and mine are very similar to that of Digital Perspectives. I think Ripple will win the case if it goes to trial. I think the SEC have got a lot of things wrong. They're going after a lot of ICOs. Ripple didn't even ICO. They got gifted their crypto from OpenCoin, who were the ones who ICO'd. Although it wasn't quite the same, but they can't go after it the same way they would as a different ICO, because Ripple did it differently. Normal ICOs are done to raise money to build a network for the crypto to run on, whereas Ripple already had the XRP ledger and the XRP gifted to them from OpenCoin. So it's very different. I think the SEC are not in a good spot. And along with that, along the lines of what Digital Perspectives is saying, the fact that they're picking winners and losers, when quite clearly Ethereum are very similar to XRP, and they've said that wasn't a security, it really makes the water muddy. And then he has the audacity to come live and say that it's very clear what's going on and what is and what isn't a security. So Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to leave this one here. Go and follow Digital Perspectives if you don't already. He's great for XRP content. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will speak to you in the next one. Peace up, A-Town down, as Usher would say.